On May the 10th, 2025, a ceasefire agreement brought a pause to the intense fighting between India and Pakistan. The agreement, brokered by the United States, halted weeks of cross-border shelling and airstrikes. This recent conflict was sparked by a militant attack in Indian-administered Kashmir on April 22, 2025. The attack, which claimed the lives of 26 people, ignited a dangerous exchange of military fire. The ceasefire, while fragile, offers a moment of respite for a region burdened by a long and troubled history. The ceasefire agreement, while welcomed by the international community, does little to address the deep-seated issues that have plagued India-Pakistan relations for decades. The two nuclear-armed neighbors have fought 3 major wars since their independence in 1947, and countless smaller skirmishes have flared up over the years. The Kashmir region, claimed by both countries, remains a major flashpoint. The recent ceasefire agreement, while a positive step, is merely a band-aid on a deep wound. The underlying tensions and historical grievances that have fueled the conflict remain unresolved. Until these issues are addressed, the threat of renewed violence will continue to cast a shadow over the region. The roots of the India-Pakistan conflict run deep. The partition of British India in 1947, which created the two separate nations, was a bloody and traumatic event. Millions of people were displaced and countless lives were lost in the ensuing violence. The legacy of partition continues to haunt the relationship between the two countries. The conflict over Kashmir is perhaps the most intractable issue dividing India and Pakistan. Both countries claim the region in its entirety, and neither seems willing to compromise. The line of control which divides the region is a heavily militarized and dangerous border. In addition to the Kashmir dispute, other issues contribute to the strained relationship. Water-sharing disagreements, particularly regarding the Indus River, have become increasingly contentious, further fueling tensions. The recent escalation in fighting saw both sides utilize sophisticated military technology. India claimed to have struck multiple targets within Pakistan, including air bases and militant training camps. Pakistan, in turn, asserted that it had targeted Indian military installations. The use of advanced weaponry, including drones and missile systems, is a worrying development. In the wake of the ceasefire agreement, leaders from both India and Pakistan have issued cautious statements. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi emphasized India's resolve to respond forcefully to any future terrorist attacks. He reiterated his stance that terror and trade talks cannot happen together and water and blood cannot flow together, highlighting the interconnectedness of security and other bilateral issues. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, while stressing Pakistan's commitment to peace, highlighted the importance of addressing the underlying causes of the conflict. He emphasized the need for dialogue and diplomacy, urging India to resolve the Kashmir issue and engage in meaningful negotiations over water sharing. Despite the ceasefire, the situation remains precarious. The risk of renewed fighting is high. The deep mistrust and historical grievances that define the relationship make it difficult to build lasting peace. The potential for miscalculation or an unexpected incident to trigger another round of fighting is a constant concern. The future of the India-Pakistan relationship remains uncertain. Several factors contribute to this uncertainty. Domestic political shifts in both countries, including rising nationalism and religious tensions, make dialogue and compromise even more challenging. The international context also plays a role. The diminished influence of the United States, which has traditionally played a mediating role in the region, creates a vacuum that could exacerbate tensions. The absence of US ambassadors in both India and Pakistan further complicates matters. The increasing use of multi-domain warfare, encompassing cyber attacks, information warfare, and advanced military technologies, adds another layer of complexity. The potential for these new forms of conflict to escalate rapidly is a serious concern. Furthermore, the nuclear dimension of the India-Pakistan rivalry cannot be ignored. Both countries possess nuclear weapons, and the risk of their use, however remote, casts a long shadow over any potential conflict. In conclusion, while the ceasefire agreement offers a glimmer of hope, the road to lasting peace between India and Pakistan remains long and arduous. Addressing the root causes of the conflict, building trust and fostering a spirit of cooperation are essential for securing a peaceful future for the region. The international community must remain engaged, encouraging dialogue and providing support for confidence-building measures. The stakes are too high to allow historical grievances and mistrust to dictate the future.